DJ Ferris.
The Chicago, nigga.
It's the real one. Hit me.
Only one is pulling shit the fuck up.
Let's get a sports talk.
Well, with the Blazers win last night, guys, the Pelicans were officially eliminated from playoff contention, joining the Sacramento Kings also on the block now. Now, on August 12th, all non-playoff teams are going to go straight from the arena where they played their last game in the bubble to a designated location to shower and then off to the airport. And those are for games played on the 12th, 13th, and 14th, basically, if they are leaving the bubble. So we got to pour a little something out. Producer Danny says it's cider. I say JJ Redick's a grown adult and could take a little beer. I've seen him shotgun here in the bubble, but his 13th season postseason streak getting snapped. JJ made the playoffs every single year of his career up until that one, which is super impressive, right, guys? I don't know what this means for his bubble podcast, but I don't know. Perk, I gotta ask you, how disappointed are you in the Pelicans' performance here inside the bubble? Kendrick?
I'm very disappointed in the Pelicans' performance all across the board. I'm disappointed in him.
I'm disappointed in them because they lack of urgency, lack of consistency, and then they need to figure out what they want to do with Zion. They need to figure out to get him more minutes to be on the floor. They finally let him get 23 minutes on the floor. He need more minutes to help this team, elevate. You see the growth in Brandon Ingram, and you saw some from Lonzo, but he had up and down in the bubble. They need to figure out what direction they had with Zion. Like, do they want to have him on the floor multiple minutes? But they wasn't consistent. As the restart started back up, and then it looked like they wasn't focused and ready to go and fight for a playoff spot. They wasn't consistent. And you see how it turned out, what the result was.
The whole as an organization, and listen, David Griffin and Albert Gentry, they're my guys. But I didn't understand the whole format and the whole process of them performing in the bubble. I mean, 1 minute Zion is playing, 16 minutes a game, then he's sitting out. I thought the Pelicans was going to get the AC. That's what makes me so mad, was because I betted someone that they would get the AC, and then they went down there later and didn't play inspired basketball. In my opinion, it was just a fail. They were set up to succeed. They had the easiest schedule, and they didn't get it done. So now I'm looking at it, what's next for the Pelicans? And by the way, I feel sorry for my boy JJ Redick, because he played excellent basketball down there in the bubble, and we all know that he's a winner at heart. Yeah, I think you have to be.
All right, guys.
I mean, they.
Yeah, you think so, Paul?
Yeah, this team just didn't play with the necessary oomph. They didn't have that oomph, what I like to say. It was just a sense of urgency wasn't there, especially from a young team.
Yes, they didn't play with that spark. Are we ready to go? We ready to fight for this AFC? We hungry enough for it. It just seemed like they wasn't there. It seemed like they had that spark in them. It don't seem like they was willing to make the playoffs. It seemed like they were just worrying about it getting over with. That's what the body language that you watched them. It seemed like they were just ready to get this season over with and go into next year and start all over. Instead of putting some fight into it. Look how important it was. Everyone got healthy over there, and they put the into it, because it start with the main guys, from Dame Lillard and CJ. Zion and Ingram is the main guys, but the way they was playing Zion, and you see the spark when he's on the floor, you see him off the floor, this team go downhill. So they need to figure out next season how they gonna do his minutes. He gonna have more minutes when the season start back up. But it just seemed like they wasn't hungry enough to get that seed. It seemed like they looking like it's too far out of our hands, and we gonna just go into next season. That's what it seemed like it came from. They weren't playing with that.
Yeah, I know Zion missed some time in the bubble. He went out, came back, so his legs might have not been there at the beginning. He was on a minutes restriction. We know how important he was before the bubble, how he impacted the team, so maybe that had a lot to do with it. But, you know, when you look at this youngest side team, I was excited for them. I was pulling for them to make the 8th seed. But unfortunately, you know, I think they're way ahead of the curve. And so coming back next year, I look for the Pelicans to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you thought they would at least make the play-in game, right? That was certainly what the projection was coming in. They had the easiest schedule of all the teams competing for that spot. And they looked good when they first got here. The mix of veteran experience, guys like JJ, who we were just talking about, and Zion being able to be in those short bursts. When he sat out at the end of the first game they played, it was like, oh, gotta fix that. And
Yeah, it just seemed like after they lost the first game in the bubble, it seemed like their confidence went from here to here. It seemed like they looking like it's no hope. It seemed like it wasn't there no more. It seemed like they just gave up after that. It's like when you get snatched out of something and your confidence not there anymore. And it seemed like that first loss in the bubble, it took everything away from them, and they just looked like they was ready to get the season over with.
they never really got their sync going here. We will see what they are next season. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube for live streaming sports and premium content.